Thorndike with BS News for this, the 17th of June, the final Friday of springtime 2011. And away we go. Dateline, Weiner has pulled out. The big news, yesterday Anthony Weiner resigned from Congress. An emotional loss for the congressman, his constituents, and the headline writers at the New York Post. We can all say goodbye to 2 weeks of the easiest joke since Earl Butz was the Secretary of Agriculture back in the Nixon administration. And that'll be it. Unless, of course, we have a President Santorum, which is a designed double entendre that doesn't really count for as many giggles. Dateline, mastering the debate. The other news this week was the Republican candidates' debate on CNN. Ratings were low, but they must have been high in certain demographics. Just like violent crime drops during the Super Bowl, police reported that while the debate was on, white-collar crime dropped by 80%. Dateline, bend it like Beck. Echoing a statement by presidential hopeful Herman Cain, Glenn Beck said this week that he would be uncomfortable having a Muslim in his administration. And everyone in America immediately became uncomfortable at the thought of Glenn Beck having an administration. Finally, Dateline, swastikas and schnauzers. A new book says the Nazis had a secret program that tried to train dogs to read, write, and talk. You wonder how they lost the war. For their part, dogs say that any talks took place well before they knew the true nature of the Nazi regime. The Nazis were trying to develop a super guard dog that could talk to their SS handlers. But the only Germans the dogs seemed to be able to talk to were those with the name Ralph. Makes you want to Ralph. That's all there is, thank God. There is no more. Closing in on beer o'clock. I'm Richard Thorndike, BS News. Have a great weekend. Woof.
Oh, God. There's a lot of money to be made, apparently, in appealing to the lowest common denominator of people, appealing to people's hate and fear and loathing and stupidity, ignorance, all that. But, when they actually start to suggest that you do something in order to prove your innocence to them, then you must see them as people who despise the Constitution. When you start to see a group of people who are regularly railing on ordinary Americans based on the color of their skin, their religion, their status in life, meaning their income earning ability, their age, meaning if you're on Medicaid and you're in a nursing home in Florida, you have until next July to join an HMO, and the HMO will decide whether or not you can stay there or deem you recovered and you can go home from the nursing home. Then, if you're still poor, they can drug test you. You know how many seniors would come up negative for a drug test? None. You are all on something.